Fire away. Wilson, lead us off.
Caden Durham, how's he doing?
He is questionable.
What do you think will? What do you need to see from him over the next couple of days?
Time. It's really an element of time. He's gotten better each day, but we got to take Friday. We got to take right up to Saturday before we make a final decision on him and give him a chance. He wants to play, so we told him the only way this is going to work is if we give you the whole week and right up to game time. So his status is the same. Everybody else is good to go.
If he can't,
Is that what you were going to ask?
No,
I'm sorry, I
actually.
didn't want to take your question from you, Koki.
It's okay. If he can't go, then who sort of best fits into that
All
role
three of those
schematically?
guys,
All
and
three
I
of them?
think all three of them are, as you know, are a little bit different, right? Juwan gives us, a guy that is dynamic, sees the field, can catch it, and then Harlem's got home run ability in terms of hitting it, and then Caleb has been really good. He had a solid week last week. Physicality, size, blocking, pass pro. So I think it'd be, if Caden can't answer the bell, it'll be a combination of all three.
Coach, just on Juwan, I remember last year you were saying they need a guy that break the first tackle,
Yeah.
not go down. It seems like against Southeastern he makes guys miss. I mean, what progress have you seen from him in that regard?
I think you're right, Jacques. That's been on display. Like, go back to his high school days. He made a lot of people miss in high school too. And look, that takes a little bit of a transition. Everybody's a scholarship player that he's going against. They're all really good. And so I think it just took him some time to get acclimated to that. Physically, he's stronger, and I think that helps him as well. But that's the trait that he has. He has that make you miss ability. Now, if he was 4.42, 4.3, we'd have him up for the Heisman by now.
And just his attitude, he's played like, 3 or 4 different positions? And
He started in on defense, if you remember. We were so smart, we thought he was a nickel, right? But we found his position, right? And this is one that he can impact our football team. That's great. Hey, I'm good if you guys are good.
Coach, just what are you looking forward to about seeing just how good this defense is? I mean, like, going up against such a great offense this weekend.
Yeah, I think this is much more about, we can't win in the SEC saying, we're just going to lay on our defense, and whatever happens there, we'll let it go. Our offense has got to rise to the occasion as well. And certainly Florida was not exactly what we wanted to do in that game, but we wanted to win the game and find a way to win as we continue to develop our offense. But we have to have production from our offense, and it's an offense that's capable of it. It's just taking some time with some new pieces and all of it coming together. But I want to be consistent on defense in this game, be who we are, and then continue to see the growth and development that we saw last week going into this week.
Brian, through 4 games, has balance on offense been where you'd like for it to be, and how do you sort of just continue to emphasize that going into Saturday's game?
Yeah, I think we found a rhythm that we like, an identity that is clearly what we want to be from an offensive standpoint. Look, we're not a dual threat offense, right? We don't have a quarterback that's going to rush for 100 yards, and so when you look at, what is that for us? It's efficiency runs, and efficiency runs are first down runs, so it could be 3rd and 1. If you get a yard, but it impacts your overall stats at the end of the day, that's an efficient run. So we want efficiency at runs, and then we want to be able to use the run game to set up, everything else that we do. And that's really where, when we start to step back and look at what you want for an offense, it's not tied into how many yards you rush for. It's the efficiency of what you're doing from a run game.
Similar question here with the run game and the fact you guys want to go a little bit more under center, and you guys sort of showed that last week. Could that potentially set up some more play action shots and sort of integrate maybe even a more traditional, old school play action game to combine with that under center?
I think all of those need to be tied in, Koki, in some fashion. But we're not 7-step dropping out of direct snap. I mean, that's not who we are, and we don't have time to practice all those things. But can we get under center and have a play action pass or two? Absolutely. Power pass, roll pass, things like that to keep you off balance. But what we're trying to do out of direct snap is to get that ball driven deep so we can get off the ball, create some separation in a new line of scrimmage, and that's really the usefulness for us within our system.
I just want to ask you about somebody on your staff. You've had Trey Holtz on the staff
Yeah.
for a bit, Lou's
Yeah.
grandson.
Yeah.
What has he brought to the team? And then his dad, Skip, won a lot of games at Tech, mentoring both Blake and Joe. So just your thoughts on all of that.
Yeah, I mean, Trey has been exceptional. He comes from the coaching tree. You just mentioned it. But, I've gotten to know Skip very well. And, what I love about Skip is just he is, common sense. And his son carries that with him. He's not trying to out-scheme anybody. He's trying to, build it the right way technically, and his son carries the same principles. He's very detailed, very organized, does a great job of communicating and helping. Look, he's working with the quarterbacks, but he helps dramatically on a day-to-day basis with our defensive scout team. So he's a guy that knows it on both sides of the ball.
You said last week it was a big turning point for Garrett, I guess, with his torso injury, and you certainly saw that in the game. What about this week? Is he looking even better than last week? Like, how has he, I guess, developed throughout this course of this week?
I think it's been consistent, and he's comfortable, and that's the most important thing. And we want to play with some tempo, I think some of the things that we saw were too much analysis on trying to be perfect on every play. Let's just roll with it. Know where your hot receivers are. Flip the protection, but let's not get to the point where we're stalling the offense. And I think this week was a pretty good indicator that he's in a good place with that.
Coach, what improvements did you want to see in your offensive line throughout the course of this week, and do you think that you guys accomplished a lot with that group?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. I don't know that we look at the improvements as much as there's a lot of first-time experiences with some players out there, and they're experiencing them for the first time. And so what we're hoping is that each week during practice and then leading into the games, that these experiences now become much more of a habit in doing it the right way. And so improvement, I guess you could call it improvement. I think we're just trying to build a consistency of play, communication with the five. Like, it takes 5 guys to pass block, not one. It takes 5 guys to run the ball, plus the tight end and the receivers. And at times, we'd be by ourselves. And so this is really still developing a group of 5 guys working together on a day-to-day basis.
If you needed to, you all have said, like, when he got here, Josh Thompson could be used at tackle, could be used at guard. Is that something that he's still capable of doing? Do y'all see him, if you were to want to do that?
The guy that's been that for us is DJ Chester.
Okay, so Josh is just going to play guard.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. We've kept him at guard. We worked him at some tackle in preseason camp. We feel like in an emergency we could swing him out there. But we're also buying time for young guys. We're buying time for Karius Kern. We're buying time for Ori Williams. We're buying time in those regards. But I think DJ becomes the first guy. Now, we don't have him for the first half. But clearly, we feel like those young guys need a little bit more time, but they're coming on. And he becomes much more of an emergency situation than, hey, we immediately kick him out to tackle. Good? All right, thank you.